Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another amazing episode of the Pitchside podcast. The lineup is amazing as usual. I'm filter. Reshiftile low block. Mara today returning the stylish. Team Delela.
Somewhere in our secret communications, outfit.
And then
I'm gonna try that one.
Mudise plan the outfit 1 month in advance.
Really?
So next month this time, Mudise knows what he's wearing.
On a calendar.
In our calendar.
Mudise.
So he doesn't pick up weight, he doesn't
No,
lose interest, he
no,
doesn't.
No,
The calendar is like
it's
that.
set. Consistent. What the ball?
What the judge?
Another level.
Gentlemen, we come from the Netbank Cup, from facing Tucks. What a match, man.
What did I say about that?
Yeah, you
Like
did
we
say
said.
it. You did say it.
I saw that one coming.
Yeah.
And what I like is what we were discussing to say you need to shift them to one side, then isolate the one player there to take the player on, and that's what we actually did towards the end of the game, and that gave us a lot of joy and a lot of moments that gave confidence. Unfortunately, we couldn't score, but I still think we could have scored if we took the chances.
Gents, does Mamelodi Sundowns have a scoring problem?
Hey, yeah,
I don't think so.
we had a similar situation where we were still playing,
Yes.
and it usually comes this time of the season where the legs are no longer fresh, and when the legs are no longer fresh, even the body and the thinking, the creativity goes, because then you're playing under sore body, sore muscles, and mentally also, and it goes back to give the technical team a huge exercise or homework to say, how do you then find a balance?
Yeah.
In terms of finding players that will always be fresh.
Okay.
I remember we used to do walk training.
Okay.
I don't know how to call it that, but we would just sit there and watch and move,
And
two-step and walk, because training as well at this mileage include the numbers of games that the players has played. So that, of course, is going to play a huge role in managing now this time of the season. And I think the reason why we don't see so many box entries is because not that the player, they don't know how to, or they don't want to go there, but the body says, you know what I mean? Now off record, me and the coach, we were speaking about the position that I used to play. It's funny because going to the box, it means after that you must come back.
You must come back.
So with that, 15 games in, you can do that easy. And then, but when you are in a 40 match then it means you're asking
You'll
for
go. The heart wants to go,
the mind.
but the mind doesn't want to come back.
Once the body says,
So you must screen then.
It reminds me of just to add on what Skipper was saying, to say at this time, that's where it's not that we're having a scoring problem.
Yeah.
It's just that season and time.
Yeah.
And it becomes visible because we are such a high scoring team.
Yes.
And then it's visible. But what I like the most is that the team doesn't lose.
Yes.
Even in a difficult situation, they know how to grind it. I remember one time we were in this space and Langerman, he said, "Coach, put me as number 9.
I remember the video. Put me there at
Put
the
me
top.
there in
There.
we had the similar challenge of
Just
scoring.
put on my
And the coach
t-shirt.
did what? He put him one game.
Yeah.
He threw him at number. We were in with that, and the guy got chances. That gave confidence to the team, and now we moved
It
away from
revived
too
the
much
team. Yes.
seriousness to fun in the game, and that gave us more time to think and be more creative, because you need that energy.
During your time, there was a phrase that used to go around: squeaky bum time. And I think we're at that place where we're grinding out the
You just
results.
get the result.
It doesn't
That's the
matter
motive.
how it looks.
Yeah.
This thing, the most important thing is the 3 points on the scoreboard
Yeah.
for the
Advance to the next
advance
stage.
to the next stage,
That's all.
advance to the next round, semis.
I think you get to the stage where you realize and face the reality and know that this is how we feel at this particular moment.
Yeah.
And for us to come out of this situation, it's impossible, but we have to finish the matches.
Yes.
But how you finish the matches is very important.
Yeah.
You have to win football matches, but how you win it, it doesn't matter. So we have to find a way. We had to find a way rather when we were playing that. Of course, there's certain things that we used to do.
I like the phrase you use. We have to. Don't use we had to, because it makes me feel like you are so concerned about the team and you are part of the
Definitely.
team. So say
funny
we have to.
Enough, you were saying that we're just discussing tactics just before this with one of the coaches.
Now I'm using two pictures.
Yes.
The past one and the current one. That's why I had to use had and then now have. Yeah. So
the present, the past tense.
These days I'm moving with you, sir. I get when I English, you know, and then hybrid English.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Pitchside.
So Nale go the airwaves. The English is different, and you can
change your voice.
Of course, even the accent. The other day I was telling you that on the Masandawana space. At some point I was like, Konje, that Twitter doesn't have a way we can switch on the video and see who's speaking behind. Because this guy.
No, but I've toned it down now because no Sekibua Zulu English.
No, I'm talking about that week
time.
when we were using the words like, perhaps.
Okay.
I was like, that's not what Naves that I know. That's another level of English. I was like, okay, Naves, is that you, son? But I couldn't ask such questions because we had visitors in that space. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
So let me just finish my point that I wanted to tell you. That you win football matches.
Yes.
Because it's a must in this team, and you have to do it, whether you're feeling good or you're not feeling good. The bar is there. You have said it, and we always anticipate and expect that you have to win. How we score the goals,
it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Sugar. We just have to score.
That's all that matters.
And I love the fact that Sugar mentioned that in a space that we are in as much as it's so difficult, we still don't lose football matches.
Yes.
And that's key, because that's the make of a champion.
100%.
If you look at all the champions all over the world, they don't lose so many matches.
Yeah.
And they don't accept to even draw a football match. It means they force, even if they know the reality of they can't win everything, but they will still force and win.
Yeah. We're going into a situation where it seems like every team that plays us is, and we said this the last time, playing that low block and with access to our games and seeing how we play against other teams, we're now going to be faced with more teams playing in exactly the same way. Nobody wants to come out. But more than that is, I don't think it's possible, for example, for Tuks to play their entire season at the intensity that they played.
I trust that team, and I'll tell you why. Because that's the only team that I know they've got training facility and those HPC, whatever they call it, high performance center. So for them, they conditioned like that. And then there's been a problem with them that over these years, the reason why I didn't want to play, I didn't like to play against them is the fact that they will match us with energy. They always does. In their approach, they are the fittest team in their league. But of course, like you say, to play outside your comfort zone, sometimes it takes a toll on you, because then to recover, I don't know how many days it's going to take you to recover. But again, it's a team that I know they're solid, but I just want to give them that credit to
100%.
say they gave us
a run for our money.
It is the match that we normally don't get in our league.
Yes.
So to see a second division do that, push us back like they did, that's a plus. And we get trained, we get prepared for the next semi-finals that we're going to play, because of course the match is going to be that intense.
What I like the most is their tactical discipline.
Yes,
they came with a plan and they stuck to the plan.
Yes.
And no matter, they made it so difficult. You saw in the beginning phase, they tried to go pound for pound. And then we found our way through and we scored. And then they went back to their system. They scored their goal. And then they went back to the plan, which made it difficult for us, because they never allowed us to play. Every time we tried to shoot, you saw how many Batusi tried to take a shot, they are already there to stop. Debza tried to take a shot, they are there. So their plan was actually to make us make it difficult for us to go through the middle. That's why we were talking about it in the previous episode that when people park the bus there, shift them and isolate the one guy.
Yeah.
And you saw what happened with Mabena.
Mabena.
When we isolate the defender with him, you know,
He can dance.
Yeah, he can dance.
you need cover, and your cover needs cover.
Yeah, no. Rama Mpahlela used to say, cover!
Makusha.
He's always
Before he
looking at
goes.
But to Edward
Makusha.
Sugar's point, to Edward on Sugar's point, I think I look at what the world is saying when we're playing against bigger teams that are good technically in space, in short spaces. And one of the crazy comments Jack Grealish made the other day, he said, when I was still at Aston Villa, every match I'll find acres of space to play. And then I went to Manchester City. 19 games that I will play in the Premier League. 19 games, every team is playing low block. So that's why first season I was struggling because I didn't expect this and I didn't prepare this for this when I come to this team. So now I'm sitting here, I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to play. Limited space. Every time I look up, everybody's in front of me. The 11 players are in front of me. So then it tells you that it needs a different breed of players to be in this team, to accept that the whole matches that you're going to play, you face a low block. And it comes to how players then create their own scenarios in that. To say, okay, now we're playing this low block. Let's isolate to we go to the other side.
Take the guy
Yeah,
to
so
the one
and I like that because
Man.
then it gives us something to think about when we're out there watching and be like, oh, these guys, they are on they are level on their own, because then if they know how to play within that difficult low block of tax 2 nights ago, that tells you that we can play anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was amazing to see young Mabena just giving it his all, taking players on, breaking the lines. What a show!
I like the confidence, and
Yes.
it's although he's young and he's very
Naive.
it's very difficult for us to say that we can rely on Mabena to bring a solution. But the boy is talented, and we need to protect and support him and make sure that he continues with this game, because even in the previous game he gets limited minutes, but he makes an impact.
Yes.
And that's how you build on confidence. That's how you help the boy become who he's supposed to be. I remember we had the same
With young Percy.
with young Percy.
Yes.
He would come few minutes and do that because he's not afraid of anything.
Yes.
Remember, he's young.
Yeah.
He can do whatever, and then when he loses the ball, we understand he's
And you'll
young.
understand.
But
yeah.
then when he doesn't lose the ball and creates, look at the previous game where he dribbled past 2 people,
we nearly
gave to
scored.
Billy,
Nil.
and we nearly scored. The same thing happened even in the previous game in Tax. He comes in, and I like the supporters. They hype him.
100%.
They call the ball for
That's
him,
what
and
you
that
need.
gives him
is the
confidence.
support. Yeah.
And I like how the guys are really helping him
Yes.
to grow in the space, because when you are a youngster, all you have to do is to enjoy this moment.
100%.
Because in a football match, this moment of being youngsters in the next season is no longer going to be called a youngster, unfortunately, because of the amount of time you spend with the senior ones.
Yes.
We expect you to grow in a space. We expect you to have
Maturity.
absorb every information possible in front of you. So we expect you to now play like a team player. Remember Percy at 19, we had a problem with him when he started doing the funny tricks, because we know that he can help us. As Sugar said, we will play 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and he with a lot of discipline that he showed in those matches. We're like, okay, now we can trust you with our jersey. Then do
100%.
something when we put you on.
Gents, in a year or two, young Mabena will be 18, 19 years old, and possibly a CAF Champions League winner. He's got a DSTV medal already. As it stands currently, he could have a Netbank, but at 18, 19, he could have possibly won everything available domestically.
Reminds me of the young Percy. Now he's no longer young, he's an old guy, even cutting. He's no longer young, so.
How do we keep him then grounded as an individual, as teammates, as seniors? How do you then keep such a player? I mean, if at 19 you've achieved so much, do you not get to a point where you feel like, actually, I don't have to work as hard anymore, or I don't have to put in as much effort?
Certain things are
There's
personal.
nothing. Yeah.
Certain things are personal, Naves. How you see your game is not how Sugars will see his game. So then collectively, then you coming to a team, we need superstars. So people who wants to win football matches and win trophies. Then when you are in that space, the only thing you can do for yourself is to make sure that whenever you've been given the jersey, do what they are doing. And this team, they have never slept on their laurels. Was that word? Yeah, they've been always pushing that level and the bar high. So unfortunately, even when you win the trophy in this team,
don't get fooled. Don't be like a crocodile.
Can't be like crocodile, Naves. Don't give that look. You can't be like crocodile and get food.
You know a crocodile gets. They're not sleeping on their laurels.
No, you are digging for more. And this have been happening for years in this team. And I know for sure that even a young Mabunda, should everything happens the way you've put it for me, if he wins everything, it doesn't mean he has achieved.
Yeah.
It means in a space where we win football matches, we want to win football trophy. It's this personal
drive,
what he wants to achieve out of this. Because remember, for a player to win these trophies, sometimes when we want to be honest and brutally honest, we check how many games you played for us to get these medals. Yes. Did you just sit there and come in 15 minutes and 10 minutes and win the trophy? But if you influence like Masandawana would, then we'll be like, no, he helped us to do that. But players, of course, they want to contribute to this. And we want to keep young Mabunda into that space to tell him that, okay, you can win trophies. We will win trophies for you for now. But in the
when
near
are
future,
you going to win?
You must win us trophies. You must start winning trophies for us. Look at a good example at Pep Guardiola when he manages the young Foden. He's no longer young, as you say.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Foden, he looks like he's got a potential to be a good player. But they were playing him like Mabunda today.
Few minutes.
Few minutes. Look at him. Can you touch him this season?
No.
Can you?
No.
And
so this is how we should manage Mabunda and everybody in the young.
I like the way you say personal, because then it reminds me of the young Pacey. Because I use him as a reference because they've walked the same journey in terms of coming from the development and coming to the senior team.
Yeah.
When we won, this guy would tell us, I'm going to Europe.
Remember he used to tell us?
He would tell us at a time where we are winning. And we think, we are okay playing here, because we had this mindset to say, you don't have to be overseas in order to make an impact in football. Let's make an impact here. If we want to go to the World Cup, let's go together here. If we want to play continental, let's do it here. But the guy is telling us, I want to go to Europe. And when he goes there, he leaves from being a footballer of the year in South Africa. He goes to Belgium and becomes a footballer of the year at the first division. The following season, he's in the Premier League. He goes there and he becomes footballer of the year. Then he goes back to England, plays a season, goes to Egypt. He becomes footballer of the year. That's why I support what he says, that it's personal.
As you say, it's personal. It's how you want it. We can, unfortunately, that is not. You can't sell it. Go. This spaza shop. You have to have it in you, and the amount of work you have to put in as well should be equal to the dreams. Because you can't put 40. Why expect her?
You can't dream big and not put in the effort to reach the dream.
I was looking for that. English is gone, mate.
I get utlwile go ra le mo sileng teng o shaya bo put it kare no ke bona
no ke buile go Twitter ke tsene go
Gentlemen, our next game is against Moroka Swallows, the mighty Dube Birds. Another tough encounter because they're also fighting to stay up in the league. Yeah, they've got their own battles that they're facing.
It's never an easy game to go to Dopsy.
Dopsy.
Yeah.
I never liked that pitch.
But what I like is that we won the league.
Yeah.
So people have got memories.
Yeah, big memories.
Good memories. And Lebo Mabunda likes to score there. He scored against La Masia there.
Yes.
He scored against Black Leopards there.
Gaston.
So Gaston likes to score there. So goals are there. Goals are there. Goals are there.
Why would I change the face and the accent? But I know it's not going to be an easy match.
Yeah.
And I say that a lot of these matches because I know that this is a period in the season where you got to grind them.
Yeah.
You got to grind those results. You got to force issues. You got to make sure that you win it by all means possible, because they're not gonna give it to you. No, you're gonna do the job, because we saw what happened against Cape Town Spurs.
Yeah.
We saw what happened against Tusk.
Yeah.
So that tells you it's gonna be difficult, and the
Yes.
more it's difficult, it gets interesting, because then players are tested.
Yeah, now we see.
And as players, you want to be tested. And unfortunately, it's just kind of a feeling where nobody will understand. Players want to be tested, and we want to win it and feel it. Did you see the celebration after that goal against the Rich Boys? Did you see the celebration? It felt like a relief, but it's not a relief. It's just adrenaline. How, when we see that ball hit the back of the net, we love it.
Gentlemen, I spoke to you guys about this. I'm seeing people are now picking it up on social media. The Invincibles. It's possible. It's going to happen.
I don't know the
words.
social media. I don't live.
Mark
there.
my words.
It's possible.
We're going to finish this season.
Yeah.
Without a loss.
I believe that the approach we've taken throughout the season, to take it one game at a time,
It helps us.
It helps, because we tend to forget that we haven't lost the match. And I hope we're not jinxing it, because we're talking about it a lot. But
It's already talk on the streets.
the streets.
The opposition coaches are saying we're
They don't
a
be
point
stupid.
machine. But those guys don't lose.
Yes.
They are a points machine.
So that tells you that the team can set records.
True. Yeah.
I saw records showing that we can go as far as we were on 43 games undefeated, 44 now, and we're going closer and closer to the world record of is it 53 or 58 games unbeaten. That tells you that the boys are rewriting. They're actually writing their own history. They're putting their names where they will be remembered. And the fact of the Invincibles, I prefer one game at a time.
Yes, me too.
I prefer we win against Swallows. Before I think about
you guys have that experience that's talking, because you've been on the other side. As a fan that sits at home, watches the team, follows the team, it's not something I can turn a blind eye to. I am fetching them. I am fetching them. Give a one by one. I am fetching them.
Linda getting a guy one by
one by one.
My heart nearly stopped.
No, I want them. 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
You're saying you're
I want them. I'm fetching them. I want that thing. Let me tell you. But whenever we Invincibles, already people are breathing through the wound. But I want you guys to know that you will not hear the end of it. You will not hear the end of it. Things are going to shake.
Let's make a deal.
Yes.
When we do the Invincibles, you show us your
tattoo.
Yes.
No problem. That I'm not even afraid to do. If we win the Invincibles, you too, ice bath.
Easy, we'll do that.
Things have changed. You used to do it. You can't do it anymore. Gentlemen, what is your score predictions?
I see this one 2-0. And Kinyakashasha go scoreboard.
Okay. I say 3. Okay. And I stand with... actually, I want few people. I want Ribeiro, I want Serino, and I want Shasha on the scoreboard.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Write them down.
No, I'm writing them down. I'm making sure I'm capturing. Gentlemen, I do have some comments that have come in from the YouTube page. Talwa1 says, I like how you guys introduce the show. Pitchside!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the pitch.
Samalu.
Samalu.
Harabe ke nare. Ula lele ne gumnandi.
We're fetching you.
Yeah, we're fetching you. Gumnandi ngala. Nkosi says Operation Fat Alice this season. I don't care who you are. Sundowns is taking no prisoners.
Usanda like you.
We are fetching them.
Usanda like you.
Demru_1 says awesome presentation, Masandawana. Yeah. Our system makes it difficult to lose games with our lofty performances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like hey,
I thought you were saying lofters.
No, our lofty performances.
Thank you,
my guy.
But our system also makes it difficult to penetrate our opposition's defense. Do you think the 3 games in 7 days plus Bafana games, especially at this time of the season, make us have game fatigue, or we're just a team that is well studied by our opposition?
We explained that.
Yeah.
I guess
they make it difficult.
Yeah, they make it difficult.
No, we did explain that. It's just that
I like the comments. I think one of these good days we should have one of the supporters, 1 or 2, to be with us on the pitch side.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we can be able to analyze the game together with them.
Yeah, it would be interesting to understand where they are understanding the game from, because it's crazy how the comment comes in. I like how they put it. You know, they know the system, they know the schemes of play, and it's interesting to see.
Masandawana, this is the Pitchside podcast. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us your comments and or questions. And listen, if you will ask the right things, we might get you a seat on here to come and join us.
Wo Zamalu.